What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jess and you're watching Keto Rewind. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Today's video we're going to do a kind of like 2 days worth of eating. So I'm going to show you a keto day and then I'll show you a protein sparing modified fasting day, just so that you get an idea. But remember, this is just one day. For each version, there's so much more that goes into both of these lifestyles. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is just one day. It's not all that I eat, you know? So anyways, but I do want to say a quick thank you to Built Bar for sponsoring this video. More on that later, but I thought I would show you a basic day with a keto day and then transitioning to the following day, a protein sparing modified fasting day. You can see there's a lot more flexibility on a keto day versus a non-keto day, and I'll kind of do my best at explaining why I'm doing each thing. So anyways, since today is a keto day, I am going to show you, I'm gonna start with the keto version. So I'm aiming a little bit higher protein for these days, so it's more like a high protein keto than a traditional keto, but that's how I'm doing my keto. So you do you. But we're gonna head down to the lake this morning. Oh, and I also, speaking of that, on a keto day, I usually just have 2 meals a day. So I'm having lunch, or I'm starting with my first meal at lunchtime and my second meal at dinner time. On a protein sparing modified fasting day, I typically have at least 3 meals because I'm having 50 grams of protein per meal, and you cannot do that all in 1 meal or even 2 meals. Like, you really need 3 meals to get all of that protein in. So anyways, I figured let's just walk you through it and see if I can make sense of it for you. But for right now, we're gonna head down to the water and play in the lake for a little bit, and I'll meet you back here at lunchtime. So it is lunchtime and we're gonna have a turkey sandwich. This is boar's head turkey breast, 6 ounces, plus 1 ounce of American cheese, mustard, and this Keto Bake brand baking mix makes these buns. So I tried it and it was really good. 2 net carbs per bun. And a side of English cucumbers. Oh, I just had my lunch and I'm gonna have my little dessert or my treat. I'm having a Built Bar. These are so delicious. My favorite flavor, as you can see, it's gone, is cookies and cream, but the peanut butter brownie tastes amazing, the salted caramel. But for right now, I'm just gonna do the plain coconut. I can't get it to focus. These are very low in fat and calories and high in protein. So it's another 20 grams. I think this one's 19 grams of protein. If you like Almond Joys, there's a coconut almond flavor. I feel like this is my camera does not want to focus on this, but if you like Almond Joys, this coconut almond is delicious. Another great one. My kids love the mint and the orange, so these are very delicious. So I have a lot more flexibility on a keto day versus a protein sparing modified fasting day. So these little treats are a great way to just beef up my protein, have a little something sweet, and go about my day. So also use the link down below to order and save, I think, 10% off your order. All right, folks, we are done swimming for the day, and I'm gonna whip together a really quick dinner. Now, this is what I do on keto days. I have, let me turn the camera around and show you what I've done. So I have about 2 pounds of chicken marinating with a 1/2 cup of this barbecue sauce. So any sugar-free barbecue sauce will work. That's just the one that I'm using. I tend to switch it up every time. And I'm sipping on my collagen coffee. By the way, if you haven't tried Stoke, I don't know if that's how you say it, iced coffee, oh my gosh, you're missing out. This one is unsweetened, it's just cold brew coffee. I add my collagen to it. it's a 10. Like, oh my gosh, where's this been all my life? Way better than Starbucks. So as I'm sipping on my coffee, my chicken's marinating. We're gonna put it on the Traeger outside with my dad. I'll show you what we're doing with it. So I have this Thrive Market Green Goddess dressing. It reminds me of a Caesar dressing. It is fantastic. The oil that they use is coconut oil, so that makes me happy. And right now I'm just dicing up romaine lettuce. These come like in a little container. It's already cut and washed. I just have basically just cut up the lettuce and I put it right back in the bin. We're gonna do some cherry tomatoes, the barbecue chicken on top, and some cheese. So basically we're making a barbecue chicken salad. So I'm gonna finish cutting up this lettuce and we'll show you the next step. Okay, so I have English cucumber all diced up. I got my dressing. I have my cherry tomatoes. We're just gonna do assembly. I have my lettuce that I have officially diced all up and made sure it's nice and clean. And the last thing I'm gonna do is pull out of the fridge is some cheddar cheese. So let's go see what my dad's doing on the grill with the grilled barbecue chicken. So.
You know what Kyle says?
He said it and forget it. Well, you have to show the camera what's under the hood.
Take a quick peek.
All right. All right, let's take a peek of the chicken. There's the barbecue chicken. Yum. And we're sitting at 91 degrees, so we have a little ways to go. All right, while the chicken's cooking, let's go check out down at the lake and see what the kids are up to. It's a beautiful day at the lake, so I think my kids are using the paddleboard. I don't know, but there's random cars all over the place. Say hi. What you been up to?
Well, we've been sun tanning, but we didn't really get to tea. So I think...
Did you take the paddleboard out?
Yes, I did it.
All right, you gonna take it for a spin?
Just I'm only going past.
All right, tell me when you want me to unhook you. Good job. There she goes.
Keep paddling on that side, honey. Stay out from the rock. There you go.
Look at you go, girl.
There you go. Good job.
All right, it is day 2. Today is a protein sparing modified fasting day, and I will show you basically what I'm going to do for today's day of eating. It is a rainy day today, so I thought, hey, I might as well film and show you how to make the bread, how I make my peanut butter toast, and what I do for lunch and dinner. So anyways, remember there's 3 meals today for the protein sparing modified fasting days. And also, quick note, I do this every other day. So it's a keto day, normal keto eating. The next day is a protein sparing modified fasting day. And then it's back to a keto day. So that's basically how I've been doing it for the past 5 weeks and how I've got my great results. So anyways, let's kick off today by making our protein sparing modified bread. Also, recipe link will be down below. Okay, so first things first, we preheated our oven to 325. You can use a regular oven, or in my case, I'm using an air fryer oven. And that's just because it's a hot day and I don't want my camp hot. And because of the height, I took out all the other racks so nothing will like burn or, you know, when it gets big or tall, there'll be no problems there. So I've been using a 9x13 pan instead of a metal like loaf pan because it cooks better and there's less rise and fall, and it just turns out better for sandwiches and when I'm making the bread. So I decided to start using it this way and making a flat 1 inch or so, 1 inch, inch and a half thick or tall loaf. So I put a line of parchment paper in here. This particular brand of parchment paper is Baker's Choice, but I find I don't have to spray this one. It actually comes off. So if I have a brand in my Texas that I have to spray. So I don't know, but maybe because you can kind of see there's a little shine on this, maybe it's coated with something. I don't know. But anyways, in this bowl, I have 453 grams of egg white. I'm going to be adding probably a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just a sprinkling of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cream tartar. And recently I started adding Boca Sweet. So this is the powdered Boca Sweet, and I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. So I have one of these in Texas. It's a 2 tablespoon. So I just do 1 scoop of that and put it in there. So if you're using the granular, I would do a 1/4 cup. Just because this is more concentrated. So anyways, I'm gonna add that, and we're going to start whipping these egg whites. First pink salt. Next cream tartar. I don't really measure, I just kind of eyeball it. Good 1/2 teaspoon. I have not found that using a ton or a little makes any difference yet in the texture of the bread, but I still put it in there. So then we're just going to do 2 tablespoons of sweetener. I usually use allulose in here as well. So allulose or Boca Sweet. So next we're going to get the hand mixer. Okay, so at this point we're gonna add our egg whites. And I decided, since I make so much of this bread, to get the biggest bag. It's a 3-pound bag of just powdered egg whites. So I'm gonna add 66 grams. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna use my scale and I'm gonna measure out 66 grams. All right, so I measured out 66 grams of the egg protein powder. Put that in there. And mix again. All right, at that point, all we're gonna do is clean up our mess. All right, so at this point, we're gonna take our pan and we're gonna pour our mixture right on in. And all I'm gonna do is just pat it so it is flat. And at this point, you could sprinkle everything bagel seasoning or Italian seasoning. You could flavor this bread to your liking, but I'm just doing it plain. But I have done it with the everything bagel seasoning. So anyways, that's all we're gonna do. Pop it in the oven and let it finish cooking the rest of the way. And here's the protein sparing bread fresh out of the oven. I'm gonna pull this out and give you a better angle here. So what you have here is about 1.5 inches or so in height. So what I do is I cut this in 4 servings. So then I have a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, and a piece there. And then I cut those ones in half lengthwise. So then I have like a top and a bottom. So that is basically how easy it is to make the protein sparing bread. And I find there's less rise and fall when I make it this way as well. So it's pretty consistent and each piece is around the same macros. So that is the protein sparing bread. I'll show you how I make it up next. Okay, so on my protein sparing bread, I like to make a low-fat peanut butter. So I'm using PB2. Actually, this one's the PB Fit brand, but PB2 is the same, same kind of thing. I measured out 3 servings of peanut butter for my dad, myself, and Kyle. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little cinnamon in there today. So all we're gonna do is add water until it's the consistency of like a creamy peanut butter. All right, and here's the finished product of the protein sparing modified toast. So this is my peanut butter toast. This is what my dad calls a mattress. But honestly, it tastes really good. It's loaded with protein. There's like 20 grams of protein, plus what's in the peanut butter. I think it's around 24, 25 grams of protein as meal number one. Alrighty, a typical lunch here is an 8-ounce patty of grilled chicken breast. And I'm going to serve it with good old yellow mustard. Okay, and I use instead of using heavy cream like I would on a keto day, I'm using light cream. This is not like fat-free or anything. It's just a different type of cream, like heavy versus light, or half and half. But I'm up here and I love light cream because you can get it. So that is what's in my iced coffee. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I have 4. Woo! All right, so for dinner tonight, we have 4 chicken breasts. I butterflied. I put salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika in the pan, and then I'm gonna finish it once it's done, cooked through about almost the whole way. I'm gonna put a half cup of sauce per person, so I have 3 servings here, so I'm doing 3 servings of sauce. So then I'm just gonna pour it all over and let it come to a simmer. And we're gonna do kind of like a chicken parmesan without the cheese. So that, I'm gonna just put the cover back on and let that finish cooking. And that's how easy dinner is. And there is the finished product of chicken parm. Literally, chicken with Parmesan cheese and a little sauce.